Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Good evening, Guam. I'm Jess Lujan. Welcome to this edition of The Buzz. This evening, a great show. I have very excited to have Alfredo Bustamante and Chris Guerrero from Edge Realty. Gentlemen, ran into you this past weekend.
That is right.
And I said, well, wait a minute, because you guys were speaking Russian. And I said, I knew you guys went on a Russian trip along with a delegation from GBB regarding this Russian visa waiver. And man, I mean, you couldn't stop telling how the excitement that the both of you had felt and got over there, and more than that is what that would bring to Guam. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Half a day. Jesse, thank you for having us. My partner and I, we were in Russia for about 14 days. You know, it's amazing. These tourists, they come to Guam and they stay for 2 weeks to 4 weeks.
So they stayed longer?
They stay longer because they are families.
Okay.
They stay in Russia, you know, it's below zero, it's freezing, and they only have 2 weeks to 4 weeks to spend as a vacation, and they come to Guam. And you know what is the great thing? They come to Guam to spend money and to look for the American dream, which is to own real estate.
Now let me ask you, since the Russian visa waiver was approved, of course, by the State Department, and now for Guam, how much? I mean, I've seen a few Russians, okay, but what is the jump of Russian tourists from last year to say just January, from January to say now?
I can tell you, great question. Last year we had 200 tourists, and to March 15, we have Governor Calvo did a great job actually approving the visa waiver, but January 15 was approved. March 15, in compared to last year, we had an increase of 1,127%.
Wow.
From January 15 to now, I believe we are probably on the 300 to 400% on top of that.
On top of that.
And we were there March 20 to March 29. And we went to Moscow, then we went to Khabarovsk, and Vladivostok, and I let you share with Jesse all the details.
Yeah, well, we at first, you know, we were before we left, you know, a lot of people, we were getting a resistance from, you know, not Moscow, you know, why they're so far. But when we got there,
and you guys are real estate agents.
Yeah.
What the heck you guys doing?
Yeah. What is a real estate company doing in a tourism expo? You know, but the response from the 45-day waiver, visa waiver, and then of course the EB-5 program. Just generated so much excitement, so much interest from, even though Moscow is 12, 13 hours away, you know, it just generated the excitement, you know, to come to Guam, you know, and experience it, and especially once we say Guam, USA, and it's territory of the United States, you know, that piqued their interest as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Now, you guys traveled, of course, from here. You went to how many ports in Russia did you enter? You entered through Vladivostok, you not?
No. What we did is we flew from here to Korea.
Okay.
And from Korea we flew to Moscow.
Moscow. Oh, wow.
Brother, let me tell you, it was freezing. You know, we have a great weather here, and we got there and it was below zero. And you know, it was a good experience because you're doing something for a few days is great, but when you are there for a year and your vacation come and you are Russian, you want to come to Guam.
There we go.
But so anyway, we went to Moscow. We went to the MITT, the Moscow International Travel and Tourism Expo. 80,000 people in 4 days, 189 countries, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Dubai, Argentina, South America, Europe, Italy, you name it. Everybody, big players were there. But let me tell you something, Guam, it was a big sensation in Moscow.
Okay.
We had about 150 square feet space, and we were next to Maldives and next to Sri Lanka, which are big players, and our booth was packed.
Now,
full.
What is the uniqueness of Guam? Was it just the presentation? I'm sure the presentation was great as well. But what is the uniqueness of wanting to come to Guam as opposed to, like, say, Sri Lanka and the Maldives?
Good question. What happens is if you go to, let's say, certain countries, you need to apply for a visa. And then you have to put your paperwork, financials, and they may say no.
Yeah.
Now we have a great plan, which is the 45 days visa waiver that allows to the Russian tourists to come to Guam, spend 44 days or 45 and then go back. And you know, let's say they stay in Guam for 44 days and then suddenly they say, I want to stay for another 45. All they need to do is fly to Palau, go to Hong Kong, China, or Japan, come back again and stay for another 45 days. And when we explained to them those details, they were amazed. And they said more. We probably run into about maybe 200 tour
200.
operators.
200
Oh, really?
tour operators,
Yeah.
each of them representing about 100 to 500 clients.
Okay.
And
okay.
and yeah, they just couldn't wait to get the news back
Really?
to all
Yeah,
of their clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, because again, let's go back to the fact that you guys sell dirt, basically. You guys sell properties. You're real estate agents.
That's right.
You're real estate agents, and you're here. Of course, you're looking at business opportunities.
Yes.
What can be had by going over to Russia? Now, as real estate agents, you know, we've heard about military buildup. Yes, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. It's going to be downsized and things like that. You know, in the past, we've always put all our eggs in one basket. One basket.
correct.
We see what happens in SARS and the natural disasters that happen. And if we put all in one basket, what happens, right? That's what happens. So,
That is correct.
So in the diversion of this, and that's why we push for these visa waivers for Russia now, and then
China.
pushing for China. As real estate guys, is there opportunity for, say, again, erection of hotels, homes to be bought, condos and things like that to be had by the type of tourists that now we can attract?
We do. Actually, we working right now with several investors right now trying to locate properties, land, so they can come to Guam and actually build hotels, because they were informed by us that it's only 9,000 hotel rooms in Guam. And we have about over 1 million plus visitors, not counting the Russians. That's not enough to supply rooms to the tourists. So we're working with investors, but also we are working with those tour companies to be able to sell them the real estate so they can provide those rentals, apartments, or homes to their own tourists.
Now, let me ask you this as well. Now that this tourist is staying a little longer, say a couple weeks, 45 days, now normal agents, say maybe from Japan at this point, sell blocks of maybe 3-4 day rooms.
Yes.
Now, what happens now if, say, you have a travel agent that wants to buy blocks of rooms for 2-3 weeks? How are they, where's that to be had? But I tell you, hold on, because I got to take a quick break and you can answer that too.
Thank you.
I know you have the answer for that.
Good question.
Hey, we'll be right back.